Welcome in, folks. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Yeah, so I want to talk about those 400% dungeons today and what I think about them. For the most part, they're cool, I guess. But one of the problems that I think First Descendant has right now is that their gameplay is only of one flavor. And that flavor is, when you go to an infiltration, is bring the best dominant AoE character that you possibly can. And that is, we all know, Freyna is now the new queen. And then it used to be Bunny. Bunny's still amazing. And then, maybe Valby, maybe Eugen has a contagion build that's apparently really good. And, there's a couple others that are also really good at AoE clearing. I think Blair is actually really good at it now too. I can't remember. But that's the point. It's like monsters spawn and you need to AoE them before they even get a chance to do anything to you. And that's kind of like, it's fun for a bit and it's fun for a run or two, but there's no flavor to it. It's really kind of dull in my opinion, because it's basically just you mash an AoE button all the time, or in Bunny's case, you push it once and then it's just autopilot. And I don't even know how Freyna is, but I'm assuming it's the same because she poisons things, those things die and they explode and they poison other things, and it's just it's an infinite chain reaction of things. I think I've seen a Freyna literally stand on a rock, shoot once, and then it just procreates or procreates. It just proliferates throughout the entire thing and kills everything. And even like it'll kill something as something else is spawning, so then it will put the dot on the thing that just spawned, which will then die and explode and hit other things that are spawning. So literally Freyna can just sit on a rock, shoot once, and everything dies in the dungeon. There's no fun in that. There's no complexity. There's no spice. So that's why I really want to show this run, and I'll talk through it because unfortunately I was concentrating so hard last night while streaming. I did not say a word throughout the entire thing, but I found it really fascinating and a ton of fun to play through, and I really wanted to show this experience because Nexon, if you're listening out there, and I don't know why you'd be listening to me because I was wrong when I told you to make invasions less hard. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I'll keep saying that. But what you're gonna see right now is exactly what I want out of the First Descendant. Really? Is it just this one person? Everybody go to bed? Is that what's happening? This is gonna be disaster. So you can see my confidence is really high. I'm thinking I'm Ajax and I've built a dungeon build that allows me to just devastate in an AoE sense, but I'm nowhere near as good as Freyna or Bunny are. And like, I'm worried that I'm not going to have enough damage output and enough range to really do the job. And I'm hoping Haley can kind of pick up some of that. But she's squishy. So going through this hallway here, we're going to see, I'm kind of trying to, in my head, I'm thinking like, how am I going to do this where I'm not the best damage character? Haley is, but Haley's not a good AoE character. I am. I'm kind of thinking like, and she's squishy. So the strategy I kind of evolved at this point is I'm just going to leave bubbles behind and try and get as far ahead as possible. And hopefully she can hide in the bubbles and clear out things in the direction I'm going and use her line attack to help with that. Might be getting to that time of night where there's just not enough people to make full groups anymore. Now we're coming up to the second kind of combat room in this dungeon, and it's going to be complicated. So I'm still following, I'm like, leave a bubble behind for Haley so that she can hide in it and do her work. And I wanted to jump out of the bubble and kind of just piss off everything outside of it to shoot me. So you'll see me bounce between left and right trying to grab people, but I keep getting frozen. And then I realized, oh no, that's right, the bubble doesn't keep mobs out. And Haley's gonna get mobbed by all the mobs. So I try and back in to come and help her a bit, but also try and stay out. And also, again, leave bubbles for her so that she has at least something between her and them to keep the bullets from hitting her. But it doesn't work. Oh. Was there one more? So now the strategy evolves. I'm like, oh, well, this wall, I forgot, has a reflect damage attribute to it. So when monsters shoot it, they take damage. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll throw that up and sit behind it. And then let her shoot things while I also shoot things and maybe move in and explode. And that seemed to be kind of effective. And she seemed to understand to do that. And so we tried again, and I switched to the Enduring Legacy so I can mow down some people because I don't need the Secret Garden anymore. Its primary trait is no longer useful to me. Maybe that's what I should do. Oh, I wonder if I could run this. That would be wicked cool. And here we go, running that strat. Putting up a wall, staying behind it. I'm making sure that my job is to refresh the wall so that she has something to hide behind. And then I do expulsion in order to try and destroy things close to us. So my focus is just on mobs. And I'm hoping she'll get the hint that she should shoot at the boss mostly and help out with mobs when she can, but you know, she shouldn't worry about it. I'll try and take care of it. One of the problems you have when you're trying to tank as Ajax is you drop a wall, and as long as your Ajax and the mob is focused on you, you can keep the boss on the other side of the wall. All you've got to do is when the boss comes to the wall, you stay in front. So if the boss moves over to the side, you track and follow to the side. And then eventually you can kind of force the boss to want to go the other way, and you just bounce him back and forth and keep him in front of the wall. Over here, lady. And that's great, and you can do that when you're solo, but it's a lot harder when you have other players that the boss can get aggro to, which is something I was finding an issue here, which is why I had to run through the wall, go to the other side, and come back again, because the boss wasn't focused on me. the boss is focused on Haley. And so since Haley didn't know to stand in front of the wall like that and do the little dance, the boss just walks right through the wall and comes and attacks her. And so she's got a problem. I think one way that a Haley type player could handle that is just bounce. Either you can do what Ajax does, which is track and keep the boss in front of you, but the other thing you can do is you can dance back and forth. So when the boss comes through the wall, jump to the other side of the wall and then just go back and forth. And here's where it all congeals. The strategy comes to a head or whatever. Where we realize, and she realizes, I think she realized earlier, that we can just hide behind this. That I'll keep the wall up, I'll keep the bubble up, I'll keep the mobs off of her. And she can just focus on what's in front while I focus on what's close. And I'll try and help out by taking the little balls out over the boss to end their immunity phase and get the win. Whew. And there you have it. And this is exactly what I want in my gameplay. That was just so exciting. It was so exhilarating, and it was really, and you could really see at the end there when we were fighting off the last boss that was left, that, you know, the Haley that I was fighting with kind of got the point and was like, oh cool, I can just sit here, stand behind the Ajax wall and in the bubble and just focus on the boss. And that's what she was doing, and I was pushing back mobs and trying to keep things clear and trying to take out the balls to remove the immunity phase on the boss, and it worked out so well. So this is probably the best experience I have had in First Descendant so far, and I just crave more experiences like this. So next on, if you happen to catch wind of this video and this looks cool and you're like, oh okay, like this is a good example of really good gameplay that I want to see more of. And I actually kind of like that it's possible with two people groups are great, because my friend group, I've got like maybe one or two other friends who I can play with. Actually right now I don't have any, but like this is what I want. And if it can be, if I can get a 4-man group together to do it too, like that'd be awesome too. It'd be really nice if in matching it would try like something like Overwatch, where, you know, you would have people could sign up. If they signed up as an Ajax, it would label them as a tank class, or if they signed up as a Eugen, it would label them as a healer class. They might be doing damage too. Maybe it has to check the Transcendent mods, because Eugen could be set up to be a I guess he would be a support class is what we would say, not a healer class. But he could be set up as a support and placed in as a support. But I guess he could also be using the Contagion Transcendent mod that makes him more DPS. So like, yeah, anyway, all I'm trying to say is when you sign up to go to an infiltration, maybe have in the background that, you know, it looks, because I've gotten into fights like this where it's been like, you know, well, it's never been 4 Eugens, but like Enzo, like I'll go to it'll put me in a group with like 3 other Enzos, and I'll be like, I'm playing Enzo. I don't need 3 Enzos. We need some DPS, you know. It'd be nice if in the background and during the matchmaking that there is some calculations done to make sure that the group is somewhat balanced. Not perfectly, and you shouldn't make the gameplay to be perfectly balanced for the holy trinity of groups, but I do like this, and I think this is more fun than Four Frenas just demolishing it. And I think that's the problem with the gameplay right now, is that if you're like, this is fun and you can do this and we can go get a group of friends and sign up to do it just like this all the time and have a blast. But if you're just trying to play the game and just grind, I get it. Four Frenas is going to be the way to go. And I don't know how to resolve that. Like, on one hand, I want that kind of gameplay to be acceptable. Like, you know, if you want to run through with Four Frenas, have at, go have fun, annihilate everything, and, you know, whatever, in like seconds. But like, if you want to have this kind of a fun challenge where it's like you have to play your role, your part in the group in order to get through, I want that experience. I want that to be a thing. I kind of want that to be the normal. So I don't know. Oh man, I don't envy game design anymore. I used to be one, and the things you have to think about and the things you have to accept from players and what players are going to do and how they're going to abuse your systems to find that easy path. It's actually really funny. They will go to extreme lengths to find the easiest path to get the gold toy they want at the end of the day. And I get it. I understand that it's rough. But man, this was the best experience ever. This one single run, because I didn't have any other runs like this. This one single run I had was the best experience that I had all night last night. The other ones weren't bad either. Like, you know, it was killing mobs left and right. But like this specifically stands out and just makes me go, wow, that was fun. I want to do that again. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. I hope that was interesting to people. Nexon, keep cooking, man. Keep cooking. Also, more butts. I'm loving the chick butts now. All right, y'all have a fantastic night. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Let me tell you how I managed to come back.